Ashwin and I'll come to Agnel Toastmasters like a professional. But then I thought this is a humorous speech workshop. I have to deliver for 45 minutes. And if every joke becomes flat and no one laughs, then the biggest joke would be me myself. So I thought let's just go like that. Or else people will think, कौन आ गया इससे अच्छा मैं better 10 बार Toastmasters का mission सुनता था. But after coming here, I understood that whatever I say, Vidya is going to laugh anyway. So I'm happy with that. So good evening everyone. I'm Toastmaster Ashwin, and today we are going to speak. We are going to talk. We are going to discuss, learn a few things that I've been observing in my 10 years Toastmasters journey, and I've been applying that, and I've tried some competitions, and I came as first runner-up in the contest. And that failure story is what today I'm going to share with you so that you can succeed. Yeah. So the president, VP Excom wanted me to stay till the end of the meeting, or else generally those who come and give the education session, they run in the break, right? So what they told, in between the session, you will have to give a break. So we have a break in between the session. And in that session, I'm going to give you a homework or maybe a break work. And then we'll come back. So it's going to be a 30-minute session first, then break of 10 or 15 minutes, whatever. And then again 10 minutes. And if you don't like my session of 30 minutes, then you can extend the break for 20 minutes and then come and continue. Alright? So today, construction of a humorous speech. I saw Ruchi, right? Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Ruchi's theme as the engineer. So I thought let's keep something in terms of construction and those lines, and that's why the topic, the title. But before moving ahead, we had a lot of laughter, even speeches. Ruchi had cracked a lot of jokes, even the evaluators, the speakers. Like, why do we laugh? Can you tell me? Why do we actually find something funny? Why is it? Vidya cannot answer that. We will laugh at everything. Others?
It's still under construction. If we say the engineer, the one who's engineering still feel like under construction. Like
So something missing, something yes,
Yeah.
something which is not true, like something in those not fulfilled,
Yeah.
in progress. Okay, something which is missing.
Under construction.
Anyone else?
Something related to our life.
Something unexpected.
Something unexpected. Something beyond the norm. Something different. Tragedy, some suffering, something that we can laugh on. Ashwin का मजाक बन के हंस के छोड़ूंगा. So these kind of things are something which we'll again see, so as to understand how we can craft our speech for the humorous contest upcoming. So when is the contest? For
Fifth September.
5th September. So you have a lot of time, almost 1 month and more. And let us begin. So I have divided into 3 parts. First, engineer definitely there, but before engineer, architects come, right, for construction of a building and that back. So anyone from construction, reality, real estate background? Rajesh, what is the difference between architect and engineer's job? Just a simple, no technical answer.
So architect makes things beautiful, engineer makes it functional.
Functional. And technicalities are added by the engineer, and architect's plans as per the requirement, right? So here again we'll see what is the actual requirement of humorous speech. Then we'll see how to add the technicalities to make it an impactful and laughable speech. And finally, after architect, engineer, the builder comes, right, the mason, the actual team. And that is you all today, and that activity is going to be done in the break. So in the architectural part, let us see what exactly is required by TI to make a speech an eligible humorous speech. Right? This is the ballot on which the voting judges would be giving you a marks. Did you attend TLTP this time? Some of you understood what is the voting concept, how the voting is being done. So these are the marks based on which the voting judge will vote you, will give scores for you based on your speech. They are not going to come and evaluate you. They will be secretly putting the numbers for your every category. And if you see here, 55 marks is for content. And out of that, opening, body, structure, supporting material is 50. Effectiveness, which is purpose, have you actually fulfilled your job of giving a speech is 10. Speech value, did the audience, the person in the audience, did they enjoy that 7 minutes speech? What is useful? Or you could have missed it. It's entirely about speech value. And this part of 15 is the only part which says was the speech humorous or not. So audience response comes here, laughter, interest, attentiveness. This would be only 15. Then let's see, delivery is of 30. Physical, you know, everything with respect to body, eyes, face, voice, everything with respect to voice, confidence, enthusiasm, all everything comes to 30. And the least part is language, appropriateness and correctness, 15. So what I'm trying to say is, if the architect in you is not able to build a basic speech, then you are putting 100 minus 15, 85 marks into jeopardy. So suppose if your speech doesn't have a single joke, your speech doesn't gather a single laugh or giggle, yet your structure was strong, purpose is good, your physical aspects of the speech were good, the language was good, still you will get 8 marks out of 85. Even if you get 0 and you get full 85 out of 85, and all 6 other speakers have given pathetic structured speech but made everyone laugh, still they will enjoy, but voting judge will not give their marks. And you are the one going to win because your speech was good. So the point that I am going to say is, laughter is good, but being a good speech is the main criteria for the humorous speech contest, right? So you all have given multiple speeches. Let us quickly go through what makes a speech good. Multiple points are there. First part, the structure, opening, body, conclusion. Is it properly delineated? Is it actually following a proper flow, opening to body to conclusion? Does it have a takeaway message? Is it something that adds value to audience's thought process? So these with respect to content, right? And are you just blabbering anything, or does it follow a specific theme or story or plot, right? Have you listened to speech where the person keeps on going, saying anything and blabbering in the end you feel, thank you, next time. So that speech is not congruent, it is not coherent, right? So you need to ensure that these things are taken care of first. We'll again see how. First, how to start with a speech. Now we are not going to talk anything about humor, it is just about a speech. First, select a theme or topic. Now specifically for humorous speech contest, it could be anything, everyday relatable struggles. Someone said struggle, right? Amrita, I think you said. Everyday struggle is what? Mumbai local, traffic, rains, getting late. Any other everyday struggle? EMI, boss, maid. Very good. We already have that topic. Hunger. Okay, that's my favorite topic. I am always hungry. Okay, so now I want you all to select just one everyday theme or topic, one setup. Maybe hospitalization, hunger, EMI, road, traffic, whatever you mentioned, and lock it in your mind for now. Done? You need 10 more seconds? Done. Then the second aspect could be, if you don't have a setup, you already have one, then it could also be self-deprecating. I came first and I tried to crack a joke about my suit, about my appearance and all that. So it is the humor based at the cost of my own self, that is self-deprecating. My division level speech was about me losing weight and failing on that. Failing to lose weight was my topic, and I mentioned different trials, different avenues, different experiments, and that became a self-deprecating. The beauty of self-deprecating humor is it doesn't come at the cost of anyone else. Now Vidya had caught up in the beginning, but self-deprecating is yourself. Maybe you are bald, maybe you are fat, maybe you are short, maybe whatever different aspect that you feel you are comfortable to make fun of yourself, right? So that only go ahead with it if you are comfortable and you can take it. If yourself you feel that you are mocking yourself just for the trophy or award, then better not go ahead. Okay? So second is, you already have an everyday struggle. Now think of one self-deprecating thought, one self-deprecating topic. Mine, obviously you can see. My mentor Avinash Singh, he is bald. So his humorous speech was about how he started losing his hair. And one of the jokes I still remember that he said, I was so desperate that I tried even to grow my eyelashes to take it like this. So that is a joke on himself, right? So that way, think of now one self-deprecating topic for yourself. Maybe write it down on mobile notepad or just mind it. Third, relationships. Endless opportunities. I won't say which relationship, mentor-mentee or boss and subordinate, mother-son, mother-daughter, or husband-wife, or teacher, whatever. We have that fights with someone, right, in our life. That could be one of the aspects. Now think of one person, one relationship that you can talk about a lot and make it funny. Law. And finally, maybe related to the setup where you are, maybe Toastmasters, maybe about Vashi. That will work only in Agnel and Mumbai. So make it generic, maybe about Mumbai, maybe about India, maybe about education system or whatever. But don't make it controversial. Keep it as it is, as people could relate to. Someone said jokes are something that people could relate to, right? So this is one of the aspects where you can actually make the audience relate to what you are saying. So think of one setup where you are familiar with and you have knowledge to speak about it and you have a lot of stories. You have one each now. Now you can lock it. Now again you can turn the page. So that's it for this activity. Please come to it later. Any questions in this part? Similarly, we can have more themes, but these are the basic themes that work easily because we live through these things every day, right? Let's move ahead. Yeah. Once you have logged any one of those four or any other theme, now make it a speech by adding a story. Like how second speaker, I did not catch your name, please. Swapnil. How he had that story about COVID-19, volunteers, patients, etc. Right? So that was his story. How first speaker? Satish. How he had the story about starting his business, retrying. So that was his life experience. Because if you share about yourself, that is when it will become unique and you can add your flavor to it. Once you have the story, find some universal truth that people can relate to. And list some funny moments. Don't draft anything, just list some funny moments. Like how Satish had mentioned that he couldn't give anesthesia to his volunteers like how he could give his patients, right? So some funny clicks that you can have, just list it down. Don't draft the speech. And finally, once you have everything, draft a simple, normal speech. Don't try to make it funny at this point. Just draft a normal speech as one that you deliver in Agnel Toastmasters in a regular Pathways project day. Right? Once you are over here, then let us see how to structure it. Once you have the basic draft, then think of structure. Have you seen any comedy movie? Basic question. Which is your favorite comedy movie?
Hera Fairy.
Angur. Okay. So, if you see, every movie would have a similar theme. Opening, everything is happy. Let's take Welcome. Opening, everything is happy. Then there comes some problem. Akshay Kumar and Katrina Kaif. Then they knew that okay, there's some tip, they are mafia gang. Then the problem gets escalated. Akshay Kumar gets a threat. Okay, now I'm going to get killed. Then there's some disaster. Now it's the final showdown. And then recovery. Recovery that bungalow that keeps on moving, and then the climax and finally takeaway. Some message. अच्छा है भी कितना भी बुरा ही हो, अच्छा है में आता है dialogue and all is different. So if you apply the same to Hera Fairy or Angur or Bhagam Bhag, you see the general logic that they follow would be same. A happy opening would be there. Then they start building that problem. Then it comes to escalation of that problem, final showdown, recovery and resolution, and finally takeaway. Do you agree? Can you relate and copy paste to your favorite movie? Yeah. So this is tried and tested. Maybe keep this same if you don't want to explore and experiment. If you have more time, you can definitely experiment. But let us take my own speech. It was about fat loss. I started with opening about since childhood I was normal, and then I was not having an issue with me being overweight. Then in early adulthood, I did not have any girlfriend, so my motivation was to lose weight for a romantic life. isolation, my health issues, I was not able to fit in proper Air India or whatever plane, I have to do like this and all, to sit on the airplane seat. Then disaster. I had some more final showdown of not able to lose weight in gym by dieting, by this, that. And finally, resolution, recovery and takeaway was, how much ever I try, I'll have to try even more. And then finally, I had a last punchline. I had a baby doll prop, and I said that with one child, it did not give me a lot of motivation to maybe lose weight. So maybe I have to get one more child so that I lose weight. So that was properly planned speech, and that was the final takeaway, that you should take care of your health. Still, even now, I am not very fit. That's another point. But this is the structure that you can adopt and you can write your speech. Now, what are the points how you can be a good architect with respect to drafting? Start and end with your best joke, best laughter moment, which I mentioned, right? You will be noting down. Start with the best. Initial few seconds, you want your audience to actually get that bit of your humor. How? I'll come to that. And in the end also, people take advantage of recency bias. I'll just give an example. Suppose XYZ Toastmasters Club. XCOM is not working properly for the first 5 months. But in the end of the term, 6th month, they did fabulous, splendid job. In the end of the term, they also gave a party. Everyone could be party. Agnel is famous for parties. I'm not talking about Agnel, it's just imaginary. No, you anyway have 1 year term, right? So it's not Agnel. So audience and members would be impressed by the recency, right? Just a random example I related to Toastmasters. So take advantage of that and end with your best joke. Maybe audience will have that bit of the entire speech in the end together. And just give light humor in between. You don't need to have a lot of jokes. You just need to have 1 or 2 or 3 big moments, big standard moments, and people will actually stop and maybe clap for that joke. Yeah, just 1 to 3 standard moments. Blend multiple type of humors, I'll come to that. But mainly keep that theme together. What is the difference between stand-up comedy special and a Toastmaster speech? First of all, has anyone attended stand-up comedy or seen a YouTube video? Yes. What happens in that? There are jokes, they make you laugh, yes. But what is the difference between speech and that?
Speech has content.
Yeah.
Speech has content, that also has content. But what content? Specificity. It is instant. It is that is instant. Or speech is purpose. You have purpose over here. So very well put. Our Toastmaster speech has a specific purpose that for that 7 minutes you'll actually talk about a certain thing. In stand-up comedy, it's not like that. You can speak on anything under the sun and you can make people laugh on anything. Because you are just paying money, you are just expecting laughter. But here you are actually showcasing your skill of delivering a speech which is humorous. Yeah, so that needs coherence with the help of structure. And finally, as I mentioned in the structured takeaway message, now let us see how do we make it humorous, right? And now it's the time to call our engineer, who will be actually building that humor, right? So, timer, have you started the time?
Yes.
What is the time now?
It's 18 minutes.
We already 18 minutes. So we have 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes where we'll see what are the different types of humor. But before that, we already discussed suffering, relatability, entertaining. And the fifth one I want to double click is incongruity resolution. That means there's some tension growing up. But your punchline resolves that tension. That means people find it rewarding. Not funny, rewarding. And because they find it rewarding, that becomes funny. I'll come to that, we'll understand. The first aspect is setup and setup. We'll talk about different categories of how to make a joke, right? This I specifically learned from a stand-up comedian when the person was deconstructing a joke. So first aspect is setup and surprise. What I mean by this is, you have to slowly set the premise in a way. What is the premise? Premise is just a standard fact or just a base plot that you mentioned. You have to keep setting it up and then just say something which is totally unexpected from the audience's example, just one example I used. I did not mention that I came, no, in the humorous speech contest, I came first. Everyone would be thinking, oh, first is the best person in this room. But then what did I shift it to? First, runner-up. Did you expect runner-up? So slowly build that expectation in audience's mind, build that assumption and break it. That is when the audience will feel that something different. I'll again share some incident I have noted down. I think Ruchi and others also used it. So it will be good to take back those things. So Ruchi mentioned engineers don't need practice. So someone would have expected, okay, they don't need practice. But no, and then she completely shifted it to because they are perfect. So there is one light way of shifting. Other would be, Ruchi mentioned to her husband that, okay, let us go out. And the husband was not very keen. So we would have expected husband would have said, okay, I don't want to go out. But how did that shift? Husband said that we have to repair something. So that unexpectedness came in. Some of the planned examples that I have.
This kind of category, setup and surprise, the best tool that we can use. Second, one-liner. In just one sentence, you make something funny. No explanation needed. Parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame that they'll never meet. Why? Because their angle is same, everything is same. But they cannot meet, right? They are so much off, but they cannot meet. Next. I gave my speech a title. Now I just need the speech. People would be thinking the title is done, everything is done, I just need to hit the stage. But now I just need this. It is both one-liner and also setup plus surprise. It's a combination. Now any one-liner, can you think of anything?
If it works for engineers, if it works, don't touch it.
Don't touch it. So if
something is working, don't touch it. If engineer has done something,
don't touch it, or else it will be again, it will be a problem. Good. Funny with respect to maybe well or period or desk or whatever textbook. You'll understand when we come to one of it. I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. Why is it? Bank, money, interest, and interest is here. Please no more a banker. I gave my first icebreaker speech, and it was a cool experience. Ice, cool. So use something from the initial aspect to relate it and make it a smart joke. Clear with this? What is it? No, you can keep it right. What is it? Just tell me the time.
It's 27 minutes.
20. So 5 more minutes, then we'll go for a break, and we'll have to now apply these things while you're outside. Is there any snack today?
Yes,
Of course, party place with snacks to bring.
Clear comfort.
Alright, next is observational. This is simple, anything observational. Anything that you can see, school setup, traffic setup, local train setup, which you also already mentioned. Something that you can see every day, maybe in your building, in your society, right? One of that joke is, nothing is more awkward than saying goodbye after the lift and walking in the same direction. So in the lift, generally there's awkward talk and all. We do small talk, and then we get out of the lift and we expect people to get one to the parking, one this side, that side. But then we say bye and we both of us walk in the same direction. So that is observational, relatable comedy. TLTP, Toastmaster Leadership Training Program. Every TLTP inspirational address speaker says, I'll keep it short. That's when you know it won't be short. Like every education session person would come and say, I'll keep it engaging, I'll keep it participating. That's how you know that that person is going to make you go. That's why I can't say that. Yeah. Self-deprecating we already discussed about our own self and make it only comfortable, make it your speech only for comfortable. Fat, thin, tall, short, all these things we know. Laziness, bad habit, another dimension, not just physical but also about habit. Be it name or location. I can actually use an example because that person used it in a speech, so it's public. Do you know one of my club members, Kunal? His name is Kunal, and his full name is Kunal Moon, M-O-O-N, Moon. So he uses that for his speech to make it funny. And the best part is, can you guess where he's from? Hometown? Chandrapur. So that becomes even funnier. So your name or location, Sanjeev or Toastmasters committee member, he makes Bhandu has his primary mode of jokes. So you can use that, these kind of things. Libby is very angry on me or what? Next is slapstick. You have seen Mr. Bean, Charlie Chaplin. So that is mainly over exaggeration. Mr. Bean would do Charlie Chaplin with his stick and with his hat and all, would over exaggerate and communicate with his body, right? So this use it sparingly only when you need that extreme laughter through your body movements or through your facial expression. So it could be based on facial expression, body gestures, sounds, content, also content. Not slapstick but exaggerate content also. So whenever I get a phone of my mom's and I miss it, I know that she's not calling me, she's actually launched an investigation on me. So exaggeration, investigation, call it. So exaggerate the content as well. Next is intellectual joke. What is that intellectual joke? Which Which Vidya they always
Like you would need to know some background and history to understand.
Right. Meenakshi cracked it. You need to have some context or information or awareness of that jargon or subject matter expertise to understand that joke. Right? Like, why do Java developers wear glasses? Because they can't see sharp. C sharp is again a programming language. So here it's just used for seeing sharp. Snacks time, every time. I think I need to calibrate myself for this. Next, I told a chemistry joke, but there was no reaction. Chemistry bond reaction. I know one more about this. I tell you a sodium joke. Nah. Why now? Na is Na. Na is the symbol of sodium. So sodium. So similarly, this you can crack, but if you know the awareness context of the audience, know your audience, know your customer, similarly know your target audience. You won't know the voting judge, but in general, keep it average. There are other few types as well, sarcasm. I think most of us are very aware of it. Dry humor is one where you don't give any expression. Just crack a joke just by saying it, and that becomes funny. And he started laughing. So just content without any expression. Satire based on some criticism on some polity or some initiative. Dad jokes and PJs. Visually high. What is PJ? Pakao joke, poor joke. Something which is very illogical, which doesn't get some laughter. You can also use that in between just for fillers. Just to keep it light, not to get some laughter. Dark humor, which we already discussed, something at the cost of someone's innocence or something good. Don't get into this. And there are many others. So always keep a blend of different types so that people don't get into a predictive mode of what kind of joke is going to come. Understood till here? Any questions about categories or anything? No, I just want food now, yeah? So we'll also talk about not to use and then we'll go and I'll do that. Don't use sex, religion and politics in Toastmaster setup. Although there's nothing in rule book, she is recording me off by saying this. Nothing on rule book, but not everyone or even the average won't find it appreciated because we have different sentiments on these topics, right? Toilet humor is something that I would recommend generally avoid. Toilet humor, anything which makes people awkward and embarrassing. Other person's cost. Now Vidya is my friend, so I can use her as a subject for jokes. But if you take the CJ or if you take a voting judge by mistakenly, then that person will say, "Ye mera joke hai, abhi main isna joke karta hu." And don't use anything that would land you to jail. We know how our country is right now. We have seen all the comedians and all those space. Be safe. अगला साल भी कॉन्टेस्ट देना है. मेंबरशिप पूरे 6 महीने का भरा है. आई थिंक तो एक साल में भर दिया. जेल नहीं जाना अभी तो. वसूल करना है. And now finally it's time for break and time for you to build it now. You have one set, 4 different setups, right? Pick any one setup and just build one joke. I'm not going to ask you to come on stage and speak on that joke, but just use your brain. If you have similar themes, then 2-3 people similarly, like you can discuss and maybe form one joke. And bonus point if you make a joke on setup plus surprise, right? Setup, make some assumption, break that assumption with a surprise, right? Let's do it. And now, shall I hand it over or directly we'll go and we'll come back? We'll go, we'll stop the timer, we'll have food. I'll be the most easiest and peaceful person. You all think and we'll come back in 10 minutes. Is it, President? 10 minutes. मेरा सब लोग टाइम पास जॉब से बर्थडे पार्टी मेरा पार्टी बर्थडे तभी चाहिए मेरा पार्टी है सब कर रहा था
मैंने तो जो पहले गा दिया
हाँ सो हाँ आ गए ये जोक था वो ऑब्जर्वेशनल जोक था मैं he is passed now he is now accepted okay anyone you have anything in mind मैं कुछ ये भी है पीछे some people are doing using chat GPT also can we joke on this topic yes he already has one
Yeah, in fact, and this is about my kid with whom I'm really struggling. He's around 6-7 years of age. So mostly what he'll do is he'll sit on my shoulder and then he'll clap on my head saying that Papa, yeah, what went wrong with your hair after hair? Why you are losing your hair? So I calmly tell him, this is just a new hairstyle, beta. There is nothing wrong with my hair.
right so this is combination of self-deprecating plus setting up something and twisting so he used his own hair receding hairline and kid who is actually asking pointing questions so that observational at home we had this setup good job done yes
Observation on what he said.
oh
He said
meta
that
observation
my kid is 6-7 years old. I wanted to say you don't know how old your kid is.
Okay, so impromptu observational where you track the joke at his cost.
Just
If he is a voting judge, you won't win. And he has to come back also, okay? Come back there.
he was 2 days before, he was just 6 years
Oh!
old.
This was a good joke.
This was an intellectual joke.
Only he and his family know.
Anyone else? Any? Yes.
Yeah, so thank you Toastmasters Ashwin for the wonderful session on the humorous page. Now, your speech has so much humor is equivalent to the V in recovery which was missing.
Again, observational, I missed that V recovery. And I had no humor, it was missing as V in recovery. So he put a lot of effort in constructing that joke, very good. Don't mind starting with low hasrate, it itself is a joke. But it went well, it landed well. Anyone else? Now, yeah, anyone else? Last one, because we just have 5 to 7 minutes, is it? So, timer has just started, so we have 10 Yes. Any one more? Then we'll go to some delivery tips now. Last one, who is going to say? मन में है सबके लेकिन नहीं हंसा. So we'll do one thing. Whoever cracks whatever joke we'll have laugh at our highest volume. Okay?
That's worse.
That's worse. But let's try because we have to do the same thing during your contest. ये joke समझा नहीं था joke. Okay. Anyone? Yes.
This is about the family. So I come from a musical family. Musical family में what is different about a musical family? Music comes first, everything comes later. Okay? तो बच्चा जब पैदा होता है, they try to see किस राग में you know that is right. Okay, राग है, then you put it in that. You start planning for the child's future in music. Early morning after waking up, breakfast बाद में practice पहले. Okay? So this is the kind of approach.
Right. So good attempt where you kept it light. So this can be where you have to insert it in between. So it keeps it light because it needed some knowledge about music, something. So your speech has to be in this flow, in this plot. So good attempt, and you can make it better by applying one of those setup and surprise. So very good start, and we can proceed with this. So similarly, try with your own joke. It's very difficult because if someone, Libby actually had asked me last year for some event, and she asked me for introduction, and she said, Ashwin, you had been in comedy, humorous speech contest, give me a funny introduction. And trust me, it was very difficult for me to make that funny on the spot. So it's not easy, it takes a lot of time at home to actually craft it and try it out and then make it funny. Or else the other way is the usual, like how I'm saying, conversational funny is different than actually a joke. Yeah, so don't beat yourself saying that okay, people are not laughing or maybe it's not landing. Keep on trying. And once you have that some content, now let us see how to deliver that. Because on stage everyone is looking at you, right? So first thing is comic timing. Whenever you had some setup bit. So whenever you have that setup, you keep on going and build it. And before the punchline, take a pause. That pause will give the audience time to make that assumption. And after that pause, when you give that surprise and twist, then that pause will be so much effective. People will say, oh, itna main socha, but actually dusra kuch nikla. Right? So that pause is important before the surprise, before the twist, and also after. Very important aspect in delivery, you account for time for laughter. Suppose if a joke is good, you know it. People will laugh for 10 or 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. But while practicing, your speech is coming at 7:25. But then you wait for people to laugh and then proceed, you are disqualified because you exceed 7:30. So wait after the joke also, that's when people will register, enjoy, and then you go on. Or else they will not enjoy, you will just continue with the topic and you will keep on rushing, right? So pause before and after. Exaggeration already mentioned. When you express that, before the twist, don't show that naughtiness or don't show that mischievous face. In the setup, you become serious. Once you have that twist, then show that smiling or maybe depressing, whatever is the twist based on that. Yeah, so exaggerate based on the timing. Synchronization of emotion. This I always say for the normal speech as well, for table topic as well, HSC, everything. Suppose we are saying something and if that expression is not on your face, so I tried a lot and this happened. Or I tried a lot has that pain that I tried a lot. So that emotion should be synchronized with the content. That is when the joke will actually get translated. And last, don't rush. As I mentioned, don't keep on going, account and budget for the time that you take for pause, and accordingly, you plan for entire 7.5 minutes. Lastly, flat joke, don't regret. Don't beat yourself up saying that okay, going in hasra. But you have a responsibility towards yourself to complete till 7:30 till the end, right? So you sacrifice that 15 marks even if no one is laughing. But entire 85 marks is in your hand. So keep your motivation high and continue the speech. If sab log ka flat joke hai, then you are only the winner. Go ahead with this mindset, right? Because we have some people in audience in every room. I am not saying here or anywhere, everywhere. If there is a joke, the joke chalu ho gaya kya? After the joke, hasna bad gaya. So these kind of people would be there, one category. Second would be people who just give a smile, who are not natural loud laughers. Third, people who enjoy and express. And fourth will actually laugh and they will give you the motivation, okay, something is happening. So even if it is a flat joke, don't mind, move on. Just one short example, in my club contest one of the years, the speaker did not actually understand the audience. And he gave a speech, humorous speech on movies and dialogues which were based on Tamil movies. He was a Tamil person, Tamil movies, Tamil dialogues, Tamil actors, Tamil action and all. But people were just trying to understand. In fact, they were trying to understand and help the speaker gauging how to understand and enjoy it. But no one will laugh. But finally, he himself said, okay, in the speech he said, okay, I think none of my joke is working. I don't know what is happening. Like this he said. And that became the laughter moment. All the jokes apart, this kind of acknowledgement became the laughter. So impromptu also he tried, but even if it is flat, don't mind, move on. Finally, how much ever best, it has not come, don't take the photo. Will you take my photo? Okay. Okay. how much ever best draft, content, joke or delivery you have, if you don't test it out on others, first draft it, edit it, structure it and then test it. And for testing you have three main categories. On mentors, on bakras and on team friends. Just check with your mentor, is it working on that person? Check with your bakras, you have other friends. Maybe Toastmasters buddies outside, your family, your spouse, your mother, your child. Check on different audience, because here also we have different audience. There's no just one law student or just one business. We have different variety, right? So test it out and finally keep improvising and improving. Because I personally found that just by changing one word's position, the joke becomes even funny. Just take my runner-up joke, right? I came first, runner-up was in the end. So that added the effect, right? I am the first runner-up and I went to the contest of humorous speech. Was it funny? No. So you will understand where to change this word, which word to replace, is it rhyming? If it is rhyming, it will make more sense. All these things you will explore once you edit and test it out. And finally, one or two questions we can take, and my last takeaway message I'll give it to you. But before that, till this point, any question? 2 minutes.
I have a question.
Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So
Not
2 questions and 2
not
minutes.
exactly the same. So I have a problem. So whenever I try to, I try to crack some joke, before even completing the sentence, I start laughing. 90% of the time I'm not able to complete the joke. Other people say, no, I have stopped cracking jokes. So the other people say, so जब तुम्हारा हो जाएगा बता देना हम क्या करेंगे. I'm not able to complete. I start laughing, imagining this situation, and again, the same joke I can laugh multiple times.
Double trouble.
Say these things in your speech.
You are the best person to be as an audience while the contest. So main thing is that the only thing is you have to practice the delivery. It's a good thing that you find your own joke funny. But it's to make it, and people also find. I personally observed your jokes and content to be in a conversational, humorous aspect. It was very good. And you are, even now, like you have that smile on your face. But in that contest mode, when you form that content, you will have to give that emotion to make that audience aware that okay, there's nothing going to happen. And then the joke would come. So there you have to manage your facial expression. And that is where we have our project, right? Third project, body language and vocal variety. So keep practicing, test it out on Bagras and ask them, am I laughing? Ask your mentor and they will also give you tips. Any other question? I can only share what I know. All that last.
In terms of exaggeration, where do you draw the line between HSC and the tall tales?
Exaggeration of content or
When you exaggerate for the purpose of a joke, and
in tall tales the entire theme is the exaggeration. The entire content, entire plot. Okay, the roads, if the topic is about roads, bad condition of BMC road, then I compare that to craters in the moon. How I reached from here to, from Mulund to Vashi, it is like from going to Earth till Mars.
how much of tall tales can you bring in an HSC?
You can bring tall tales in a specific joke. Don't put it in the entire theme. So that is the differentiation. Tall tales is a contest in Toastmasters, optional contest, where the entire purpose is to whatever feko, exaggerate the entire thing. What will I do if I become the Prime Minister? So entire content is on exaggeration. But here, the part of the entire content can be exaggeration. Like mother is not calling me, she is launching an investigation. So that investigation part is an exaggeration. Any final question or we'll move on with my last thought? Last.
You have mentioned that we can use sarcasm, but what if anyone from the audience may feel otherwise?
Don't use sarcasm for the audience or at audience. Have multiple characters. And if some character is very innocent and actually saying something serious, the other character can be sarcastic and maybe making fun of that character. So you are not harming anyone or hurting anyone's sentiment, you are having yourself as multiple characters and doing that sarcasm. So that way, keep it inside the speech. Last thought is that whatever we do it for our self-development, right? And even for speech, don't take a lot of pressure. Even if people are not laughing, they will definitely encourage and win you respect because you tried that difficult challenge, came on the stage and delivered. So my only thing is that you have to enjoy while you're on stage. See how Ruchi enjoys every speech of hers, every joke of hers. Similarly, she will improve her whatever challenges she is having. But unless you enjoy that joke on stage, people won't get that enthusiasm in them. So enjoy your presence, enjoy that 7.5 minutes. No president or no Sajranams or G or VJ CJ is going to steal that 7.5 minutes. Only timer can do that. But still timer will respect you till you complete the 7.5 minutes. So use that time, use the space, use that energy. Utilize TI's membership fees that you are paying and give your speech and enjoy. So with that, all the best for the speech contest, 5th of September, and I hope that most of you would be participating. And if you do, I'll be very happy, and I feel that at least 1% of what my experience and knowledge sharing would be there, I have shared would be used by your effort that you put to draft your speech and construct it. All the best and do well. Thank you, Libby and the entire XCOM and the club for having me here.